Hey everybody, this is Julie Becker and Lutisha Merlin here. We are coming to you live on the Women of Top Team Hangout. We are involved with a company called INFINii, where we execute e-commerce and we share with other people what we are doing, what's working for us, what's not working for us. Our take on this whole business model as women, things that are important. Lutisha Merlin here. We are coming to you live on the Women of Top Team Hangout. We are involved with a company called INFINii, where we... No, there we go. Sorry about that. This is what happens when I have too much technology going on at the same time here. Okay, so sorry for that interruption, and hope you enjoyed a little laugh there. Technology does get you once in a while, so I apologize for that. I'll just keep on going, but if you are here watching this, I'm assuming you are looking to get some information about e-commerce and how it works, how we are doing with it, what we find is working with it, why we like using this business model, how it's just fitting in with our lives and our needs and what we want to be able to do. So we are a light crowd tonight. It is a super busy time. Kids are getting back to school. It's getting to be Labor Day coming up, so we appreciate those of you that are here joining us tonight and looking to get some more information. Please do feel free to make comments. If you're watching this from the Hangout page, please do feel free to put comments in the comment section. We will look to cover those, maybe not on this Hangout, but certainly in future Hangouts. And we will answer your questions if you have any in the comment section. So if you are watching this, even if you're watching the replay, please do put comments in the comment section if you have them, and we'll get back to you and we'll answer those questions for you. So we do talk about different things every single week. We've talked about time management. We've talked about what we as women look for in a business. We've talked about just all sorts of things with relation to having an online business, having an e-commerce business, different business models and how they work. And tonight we kind of wanted to talk about, this is a really good topic. Lutisha came up with it actually, and we're going to talk about taking control of your business and your responsibilities. Responsibilities could be in general too. As women, we are the ultimate multitaskers, right? We are juggling. We're juggling our families and our children and the housework and jobs if we have them, the social life, the getting kids to their activities. I mean, we're constantly juggling, and it's always a matter of prioritizing what we need to get done and really managing our responsibilities. And this business is no different. When you're figuring in an e-commerce business or a business of this nature, that is something that you also you have to take control of and set a responsibility around it. Otherwise, it's not going to pay you. It's a great business model, but it doesn't work itself. Money doesn't come flying out of the computer just because you put up a couple of listings on eBay. You have to follow the training. You have to be responsible for your business. You have to be responsible for following the training. You have to be responsible for staying connected. It doesn't mean you have to spend 50 million hours a day doing that, but you do need to set priorities and be responsible about it, because it is like anything else. When you go to your job, if you have one, you know that you don't collect a paycheck if you don't do anything. I mean, or if you're not doing anything, you're not going to last long. You're going to get fired because you're not being responsible. It's really super important. So we wanted to talk a little bit about that tonight, and what kind of things do you have to take responsibility for when you are running this type of business? Well, first of all, you are in business for yourself. So you have to be responsible for understanding, not just that you have to schedule certain amounts of time to go through training, to connect up with people, to execute. For example, we have an eBay map to profits, to execute what you've learned and follow the map and stay on a timetable. You do have responsibilities to do that as well, but you also have responsibilities to learn about, for example, things like how do taxes work? What do I need to do to, what are the tax implications of this business? We do not give out information on that right now because we are not tax professionals. That is not what we do. But that's certainly a responsibility that you have to take. You need to do some research. It's not that hard. Google it. You can find there's some great information out there. But that would be something that you have to take responsibility for. You have to take responsibility for getting into peer groups and staying connected with people. That's an absolute must when you're in this business. The reason why is because, you may, get a training, do it and go through it and then just get rid of it. But the problem is things change. Nothing is ever static in life and things change on eBay, things change on Amazon. You need to be in a peer group with other people so that you can stay on top of what is going on, not only with eBay and Amazon, but for example, if you're in INFINii, there's new tools that are being released. There's upgrades to training and to tools. There's, so you have to stay in these peer groups. If you're in business, to stay informed, you must stay educated. That is your responsibility. You have to do that. So these are some of the responsibilities that you have to do. Luckily, we are in the TopTeam, which is an amazing group, and we have a great team, and people are in that group all the time, asking questions, answering questions, giving help, supporting each other, and that has just been an amazing environment to grow, to stay connected, to really help each other stay on top of our businesses. And when you're active in those groups too, it helps you stay accountable. You are responsible again for running your business and for accomplishing certain tasks. When you are connected with people, it helps you stay accountable, because the more you're connected, the more you're going to take action. Because most people, they like to compete, and they don't like to feel like they're not keeping up. Like, oh, geez, I'm really behind. I'm not doing anything. And being surrounded with a great community can help spur you to action. So you need to. That's how you take control of your business. And as a new person, we certainly understand that it can be a little overwhelming. All right, there's some things to learn, right? But we do have some great. Basically, I'll call them maps or timelines, if you will, that map out the activities that you need to take every single day, including how much, what training you need to cover, how many listings you need to put up on this day, where you need to source from, and exactly how you need to do things. In addition to that, we do have an amazing opportunity for you to work with private coaches. INFINii does have private coaching where you can get one-on-one coaching. You can purchase that as well. Somebody was asking me about that this week, and what I usually encourage people to do is to go through the whole complete training first. Get your account set up. Take responsibility. Get your account set up. Figure out how to get that done. Do a listing. Get familiar with the mechanics of it. Get everything set up first. Look at the eBay map to profits. Start following that and working on it. And then, you can actually, if you want to move quick, you can get private coaching in the beginning, which is an additional cost, but it's a one-time fee. And I believe it's like 6 weeks worth of one-on-one coaching to take your business to the next level, or to get you going if you're brand new, or if you want to just stay doing what you're doing for a while and not get the coaching, you can do that too. And maybe you have a certain amount of success, but you want to get to the next level, you can get the coaching to get you to the next level. So that's another thing you have to be responsible for, constantly using the resources available to you to get you where you want to and need to go. That is your responsibility. And even though Lutisha may sponsor you into the business and share INFINii with you, or I may do that, or whoever invited you to this webinar, sponsors you, and of course we spend time with people and we work with people and everything else, it is your responsibility to stay connected, to do the do, to make sure you understand the things that you need to understand to get to where you want to go, because the responsibility does lie with you. So that really is how you take control of your business. You know, you have to realize that the responsibility starts with you, but you also have to remember that even though you are responsible, you have to be responsible and ask for help when you need it. There's tons of help available, but you have to step aside, drop your pride, and ask for help. That's absolutely required. So I just wanted to spend some time talking about that. E-commerce is not a difficult business to learn, especially the drop shipping method that we teach on eBay. Some people are scared by it. Some people take a little while to get started. Some people jump right in. It really just depends. But again, you can't get anywhere if you won't take any action. And so these are some of the things that you have to do to take responsibility for. So in order for you to be able to take control of your business, because you can't get anywhere if you're stuck in the mud, if you take no action and you do nothing. And again, it's really not a difficult business to learn. You do have to stay consistent. You do have to stay hungry. You do have to stay connected. You do have to stay informed. And then it's just practice. It's honing your skills. It's constantly, they improve every single day. If you don't trust me, you're going to listen to Letitia, because she's gotten better and better and better. And this was her topic, and I have been talking about it for a little while now. But it really is an amazing business. I am so extremely thankful that I have it right now, honestly. People go through different things in their lives. You know, people go through great times. They go through peaks and they go through valleys. And, you know, having a business like this can really help you through the valleys. Trust me. I mean, it's amazing to be able to have something like this, where if something's going on in your life, it doesn't take a lot of time to manage once you've got it up and running and you are, you know what you're doing. Once you are, get things into momentum, it becomes a lot easier. It's a lot more automated. It becomes second nature, and it can be a huge blessing in your life if you will just spend the time in the beginning to take control of it and your responsibility. So Letitia, I wanted to hear, since this was a topic that you wanted to talk about, I want to hear what you have to say about this, because I always love listening to you. So I'm going to hand it on over to you now.
Thanks, Julie. You know, when we were trying to decide on a topic, you know, we have our own little chat people that we discuss with us women, what we want to talk about and who's going to be able to make it and who's not, and what are we going to really push for each week. The one thing that kept running in my mind is everybody is so stressed out this month. Everybody is having all these issues. You know, it's August, sales are down, business is down, people aren't fighting. And that's because a lot of people are either finishing up the last of their vacations, or their kids are back in school. And so it's the first couple of weeks are getting kids ready and about. And so no one's really, August is just a slow month. And my husband, we have a combined Facebook because we have a combined business, and he likes to follow all these different speakers and motivational guys. And there's this guy, Gary V. I mean, I don't know his last name. It's complicated, and I'm terrible with getting names right. So I just call him Gary V. And he's a no BSer. Like, he really just, this is how I feel and this is what I think, and he just says it right in your face. And one of the things he says is that August is his month to kick butt. You know, while everybody else is finishing up their vacations or too busy to deal with things, that's when he really gets in there and gets all of his loose ends tied up, or he gets all of his stuff lined up and ready to go. So when everybody else is back on board, he's already 2 steps ahead of everybody. And that made me think, well, you know, we can all do that, especially in the e-commerce business. We can all get ahead. We can all use these downtimes to stack our businesses or get things ready. So at the end of August or the beginning of September, when things really start to go full force again, especially with all the holiday traffic and sales about to hit, you know, it's a good time to get those things together instead of stressing over the fact that there's not much happening. And so that's really what I've been doing for the last week and a half is getting things ready. Like I've got my eBay store all set up and ready for holiday traffic. I actually have opened up a second store that is going to be for other types of things that isn't directly linked with drop shipping or arbitrage selling. Or so I'm excited about that and to see how that takes off. And I've been getting together the things that I need to get more active in selling on Amazon and doing Amazon FBA. And so now I've got all this stuff piled up and sorted and marked, and I've got, all these pictures taken and all this stuff uploaded to the computer. So I'm pretty close to being ready to go and just not have to hustle as hard when things start flowing, because the hard work is done and set up. And I had to get out in that mindset though, because I was in the same place. I was like, man, I went on vacation. Things went to such a slump. Everything's taking forever to get going. I'm not seeing the traffic I want. I'm not, I don't have the people hitting me up that I had before. And, I could whine about it. I could be upset about it. I could give up, or I could just be frustrated, or I could do something about it. And that was me taking responsibility and saying, okay, this is my business. This is the things that need to be done. And this is what's going to be happening soon. Because, things are going to pick up and things are going to get fast and hectic. And especially for me, because I'm a mom of 3 little boys and my kids don't go back to school till next week. So we've still been doing a lot of last minute school shopping and getting the backpacks ready and trying to update our skills with writing our names and reading the stories, because I have boys. So, as much as I love to read, they don't. So I have to really push them in that. And so I have to allocate time for that too. So, it's back to being on a schedule. During the summer, I kind of got relaxed on my schedule, got relaxed on their schedule. And when I relax on their schedule, that messes my schedule up even more. So, I had to say, okay, enough is enough. Even though it's summer and we still have 2 weeks to go, we're going to still have fun, but we're going to have fun in time slots that are appropriate for if we were already back in school. So, we've been getting up every morning and having breakfast and getting dressed instead of staying in our pajamas or, sleeping in. And Mom's been going to work on the computer. From 7 to 10, I'm working my stuff and they're reading and practicing their writing skills. And then at 10 o'clock, we take a break. We go outside, we play, and then we come in and have lunch. And then in the evenings, we go back to, all right, let's take baths and clean up the rooms. And Mom jumps in on the computer and works on some more stuff while they're doing that. Because if school has started, that's kind of what I'd be doing anyways. And so I want them back in that habit. I need to be back in that habit. And so because I did that, my mind is clear. I'm not stressed about any of this. And I'm seeing, a little bit more traffic. I'm seeing where things are picking up. I'm seeing what people are looking at and what they're not looking at. And I'm able to go in and tweak those things and take down or change things that need to be and add more of the things that I am seeing traffic for. And again, it's my business, and only I can decide if it's going to be successful or not successful by putting the work in and seeing what's going on. And even my husband has been doing his part, like Julie was just mentioning about, you're responsible for your own taxes and stuff. It's something, that we haven't really done much about since we started this year. But today, he called me up. He was like, hey, I need this information, that information. Can you get it pulled up and send me copies and stuff? Because he was talking to somebody and he was starting to kind of fill out what information do we need? How are we going to do this? We want to, be ready, especially, knowing that business is going to increase in a couple weeks for a little while. We want to already have a lot of that ready to go. So at the end of this season, we're not panicking like, oh my gosh, where are all of our receipts? Where's all of our sales stuff? And so, we're taking control now before the madness really starts. And I think that's what a lot of people just need to do. Whenever you have a downtime or things aren't going the way that you think they're going, you step back, take a look at yourself, take a look at your business, take a look at what the market is doing and say, okay, so this is what I need to do to get myself realigned with the market or get ready for what the market's going to do next. And that's a big thing. And I really am actually really excited about the new season of selling and buying that's going to be going on. And I feel more centered and more armed to do that. And I know that other people, you know, are getting kind of into that mindset too. And TopTeam is a great place to help with that. You know, people are on vacation, people are coming back from vacation, and we're all kind of shooting out little things. They're like, hey, you know, what's going on? And today I was multitasking because I missed some of our training that happens over the weekend, because the weekends I go in and work my actual job and spend time with my clients. And so I was catching up on some of the weekend training, and it was so funny because, you know, 2 weeks ago I was like, oh my gosh, why don't I have Halloween stuff up? Because that's what's in the stores now. And that's exactly what they were saying on the training. Like, you should already be with Halloween. You should already be starting to think about fall and winter and stuff. And I was like, yay, I'm a step ahead there because I've got that covered. I've got those bases covered. And so again, it doesn't take long to figure out what you should be selling if you look around. Once again, I realized that it was Halloween time because I went into the dollar store and the dollar store had Halloween out. So if the stores have it out, then I should have it on my stores. And so that's a giveaway. That's an easy one. If you got to run down to the store and get milk and you see something, and even the grocery stores and the gas station, they change with the holiday seasons very quickly too, because you'll see the candy. You know, the Reese's Pieces is always a good giveaway. Is it a pumpkin or a Christmas tree or an Easter egg? So those are easy clues of when the selling seasons change, because the selling seasons change quicker than our seasons, or even where we're at home and in our daily lives. And so, you know, that's kind of like where I was able to take responsibility and say, let's do this. Let's get far ahead. And I've started keeping a journal of things I need to do, which is something I'm terrible about doing because I always forget to write things down, or I think, oh, I'll go back and write it down, and I never do. And I actually, since I did school shopping and got supplies, I was like, oh, let me get myself some school supplies, well, business supplies, really. So I have a notebook, and I've got a list of supplies I need to buy for my FBA stuff that we're getting ready to start going into. And I've got a list of things for a personal project that I'm doing for my birthday that I'm really excited about, and I'm going to try making something on my own for the first time, but I have to buy the supplies to do it. And so even though I've got several months for that to go, it's about finding the right pieces and having them sent to me and putting them together. And I've got lists for things that I want the kids to get accomplished this year in their rooms. And, you know, and I've actually been cleaning and sorting the house. And I've been doing it room by room, like, okay, let me start in the little boys' room. What toys can we get rid of? What clothes can we get rid of? And, you know, I had a client who is in a huge crisis mode, and she didn't have any clothes to wear. She was running around in pajamas all day long, and her therapist was getting on to her. The shelter that she was staying at was telling her, you can't dress like this. And her parenting classes, when they were going to her, telling her, you know, you're not setting a good example for your children, or it's not going to look good on the court because you're in these clothes. And as I'm cleaning, I was like, wait a minute, I have all these clothes that I don't wear anymore that she could and would probably wear that are still comfortable, but they look better than her pajamas. And so I put her bag together and I took it to her. And, you know, so I killed two birds with one stone. I decluttered my closet, which was on my checklist. I helped out someone who needed that checked off of her own list of things to do to improve her situation. And now she's able to go, okay, that's one less stress on me. That's one more of my priorities checked off. And now I can move forward and do the things that I need to do for myself. So again, taking responsibility for yourself and your life and your business, they all kind of go hand in hand. You kind of like, you just mix them all together and you take care of things as you go along and as you can. Go ahead, Julie.
I love that. It's great information. I mean, it does all go hand in hand, and there's going to be different seasons in your business. Like Letitia said, things that, August is typically a very slow month, and it's something, I think across the board, a lot of people have seen a little slowdown. But it doesn't mean that you have to slow down. I took advantage of taking care of a lot of little things. Like Letitia said, I was writing down a bunch of things. I'm like, I have to get this done. I have to get this done. I have to get this done. I am working on taxes. I am working on some additional training. Things that I had written down that I need to get done. I'm like, I have extra time now. I'm not worrying, I don't have this stuff going on. And instead of worrying about why this isn't working, I've tweaked it, I've done this, you do what you can. And instead of getting like frustrated and working out of a sense of scarcity, like there isn't enough. You don't work out of that space. You focus on, there's always something to be done, always something that can improve your business, whether it's, spend more time. You can always go back and watch a training again. You can't watch a training enough. You watch it twice, it's not enough. You watch it 5 times, it's not enough. You can go back and watch training again. I guarantee you'll hear something new. You can't, and you heard Letitia mention some things that she was doing. Yeah, your house always needs to be cleaned. You always got to clean the toilet. You got to whatever, clean the bathroom, whatever. I'm not talking, and we're not talking about doing busy work here. That's stuff that's got to all be done anyway. We're talking about, not random busy work, but actually making concerted efforts about things that need to get done, that will help you in some way, whether it's, knowing that it's something that's got to get done and you've checked it off your list. I mean, that's great for your psyche anyway. We all know that. I mean, and there's always stuff that you're like, I really need to get that done. And just because we are so busy, stuff doesn't get done sometimes. You check it off your list. I mean, write the stuff down, take responsibility for the things that have to get done, and do it when you have, like I said, maybe things are slow in whatever business you're in, or maybe they aren't going exactly the way you want. Maybe you've done everything that is right and is good, and you've tweaked things and you've tried it. And you know what? There's something else that you can work on. There's something else you can learn. There's something else you can get more educated about. There's something in your life that needs attention, and you can focus on that. Maybe you even need to work on your mindset. I just got another Tony Robbins book, and I have some of his training. I've got a book, and that's on my list to start reading that book and to start executing the principles within it. It's very important to me. Keeping your mind right is hugely important, because you are never going to have any success in life if you don't keep your mind right. You have to think correctly. You have to think the right thoughts, because the right thoughts will drive your emotions, and your emotions will drive your actions, and that's the actions are going to help you reach your goals. So that's all very, very, very important too. There's always something in your life. Write the stuff down. Write down the things that are priorities. Write down things that you want to get done that you haven't been able to get done. And if you are having a time of frustration in your life, things aren't going exactly your way, guys, it happens to all of us. Every single one of us, no matter how successful we are, it happens to every single person. Do you think they sit there and spell their wheels and be like, I give up, that's it, forget? What they do is they're like, all right, well, this isn't working out right now, and I'm a little frustrated. I've got this over here that's got to be worked on. I'm going to spend some time, and I'm going to get that done. I'm going to learn how to do this, or I'm going to take care of that because it needs to get done. Number one, it's got to get done. Number two, it's great for your psyche, because you're able to check that off this list. That gives you a huge mental boost, when you check something off your list, and you are propelling yourself forward. You are moving yourself forward when you're doing that. Taking responsibility and taking control like that is moving yourself forward. You don't have to have 5 million sales this month to be successful. Maybe you reached your goal, and maybe yours is a little bit slow, but you got some other things done on your list that had to get done. You are successful because you are still propelling yourself forward. Again, you can get ready for the holiday season. This is going to be a huge season coming up. You can get ready for it. You don't have to sit there and wait until it's upon you. Go out there and get yourself listed right now. Go out and get your products and get them into Amazon if that's what you're selling. If you're selling on eBay, research that stuff, get it up, get it listed. Do it now. Get it done right now before the big seasons hits, and you'll be a step ahead of everyone else. I mean, that's what you do. You prepare. You take responsibility. That's how you take control. So I really like this subject as well. I'm not one to, if things aren't going well, I mean, hey, I get mired down, and I might have to take a mental health day. We all have to do it. We do. Sometimes life just gets really hard, and you got to take a day to brush yourself off, take a breath, and see things logically again. It happens, but then the day after that, you get back and you say, all right, and you take some action. You take responsibility, because if you don't do it, guess what? Where are you going to be tomorrow? And where are you going to be the next day? Where are you going to be a month from now? You're going to be sitting in the same spot, or you might be backpedaling, and that is not what you want. So I've really enjoyed this topic. I really enjoyed hearing from you, Letitia, and I'm so glad that we were able to talk about this tonight. E-commerce is an amazing business. We have a great map in place to help you if you are new, to tell you exactly what you need to be focusing and spend your time on every day. That's a huge help. You have a blueprint to follow. That's what you need to do. And if you are struggling, you can come into our Facebook group. You can ask questions. You can ask for help. You can get additional coaching to get people to help you through it. You absolutely can do that. All you need to do is take responsibility and say, I'm going to, and execute. So I hope that this topic has been beneficial to you. INFINii has been it's been a huge blessing in my life. This business it's helped me walk through some valleys, and it's been fun riding the peaks and everything in between. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's amazing. We're getting ready to come into busy season here. Great time to get started. If you're looking to get started, listen, you can still capitalize on the huge holiday season that's coming up. People, Christmas is coming. You can still get started now, get going, learn the ropes, start listing things, and you can make some good income on Q4 this year, even if you get started now. So don't miss that opportunity. If you're at the main page, the Hangout page, there's a yellow button if you want to get started. Whoever invited you knew how to get you this Hangout page. They knew enough how to get you that. They are sent it to you because they are interested in you. They will be able to help you get started and get you into the TopTeam group, get you connected, and get you going. So you can click that button and join. If you've got questions, please do post them in the comments section, and we will answer them. Again, if you're watching this during the week and you're watching the replay, we do get notifications when y'all put comments in there, so please do put them in there. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you want to know about, what your questions are. Anything that you want to know, go ahead and ask. We are happy to provide the answers for you. Any questions, if you have specific questions about INFINii, how it operates, how it works, in detail, feel free to ask. We are very transparent, and we will share with you and give you the information that you need. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's 9:35 roughly. We keep these somewhere between half an hour, 45 minutes. Occasionally it goes a little bit longer depending on who we have on here, but just so glad that you're able to join us here tonight. This is an amazing business. It's a huge blessing. It's absolutely the easiest thing I've ever tried in terms of home-based businesses. You're not going to find anything easier than this. You just aren't. That's just my 10 cents. So there you go. Letitia, if you want to say wrap it up and close it out, over to you.
Thanks, Julie. You know, Julie pointed out a good thing there is that this is easy. I mean, I'm not a saleswoman. I'm not a salesperson. I mean, I'm a chemical dependency and mental health crisis counselor. And so this was completely out of my comfort zone, doing sales and even doing affiliate side stuff. And INFINii just makes it so easy for me. I can come on and listen to trainings and read tips and helps, and I can reach out to my team and just go. And the new Map for Success thing that they put out is really amazing, especially if you were to start today. It would tell you exactly which trainings to listen to first and what order to listen to. And within a couple of days, they've got you listed on eBay and they've got you listing on Amazon. And really, if you follow it, you're going to have sales before you know it. And you're going to find, we all find one or two items that just sell over and over again. And those are your little like yay me items. And then you build on that and you add more. And it's just a great, easy, fun thing to do. And as you really get into it and you really put your time and effort into it, you're going to see a long-term business with returns that really are going to help you. So if you're sitting on the fence about that, this is so doable. It's so easy. And I know, you know, I've had many conversations in the last 2 weeks with people about, well, money's so tight right now, I can't really afford the training. But, you know, I felt the same way when I started, like, oh, money's so tight, how are we going to afford the extra training? But really, $50 a month, I was wasting that a week just in sodas and chips and snacks in between work, or, you know, and I was like, you know, if I can give some of that stuff up for a month and just see what this does for me and then make a decision after that, then, you know, what harm is 1 month without junk food going to do me? Didn't do me any harm at all. And I found out that, you know, that $50 was more than worth it. The time that I put into it has become more than worth it. I've freed up so much of my time during the week. I still give my weekends to my clients because I that's where my heart is, and I can't walk away from that. But the week is based off of my business and my children and my husband, and my children and my husband see me, you know, so much more now than they ever did before. And they can, even if I'm in here working, they just have to come through the door and be like, Mom, you got 5 minutes? And I go like, yeah, I can, because I'm working on the computer and I don't have to drive home or put a client on hold. I just walk away from the computer and do what I got to do and then come back. So, I mean, there's so many benefits. So really think about that. And you have to be the only you can decide what is important to you and what is worth it to you. So again, I hope that you got value out of what we have to say. I hope that we see you soon in TopTeam. Hit that subscribe button and hook up with whoever sent you here.
Awesome, Letitia. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. And again, if you have questions, put them in the comment section and we will absolutely, positively get back to you. Thanks for coming here tonight, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday at 9 p.m.